to the main stage and the Motorfest Walk of Fame. It's the place to be if you really want to become a Motorfest legend. Each month is a chance for your name to be marked onto the stars.
Obrigado.
Here's the Motorfest legend of last month.
Como sempre, Music Maker.
This month, a new legend rises to the challenge.
Subir de nível, vambora. Assim, pontos de lenda, que eu não sei mais onde gastar.
Have you noticed? Lots of new BMW vehicles were introduced this season. Each one more incredible than the last. Well, this was only the beginning.
Que lindo. Average.
Let's open the doors to the world of BMW. This month, we're invited to discover the brand's diversity, its track record history, and its future days of glory.
Nice demais. Você está roubando a cena, oferecendo vocês um desempenho. Vou fazer dirigir. Vou de Maxis. Desespero BMW, incluindo novos links. Em coleção de links novos. Hybrid V8. Legal. Ó. Já temos. Deixa eu ver. Só quanto que custa. Ah, tá. Não dá pra ver o preço que eu já tenho um carro, tá. Esse aqui é 65 mil. Eu vou comprar esse aqui. Tem que ver qual que é o preço dele. Padrão. Eu tô trajado de BMW, né? Loja. Preço de pacote. Mas tem outro negócio aqui também. 319. Edição. Legal. Vou comprar também. E aqui. 65 mil BMW. R1200S. Ah, tem um desconto bom. E o outro BMW. Ó. 3.0, que lindo. Aqui não vai desbloquear. Cadê? É esse, né? 400 mil. E aqui tá. Tá bom, 90 mil de desconto. Vamos comprar. Vambora. Outro. Beleza. Temos tudo. Esse demais. Então. Vamos sair daqui. Ó.
Playlist unlocked. All clear for you to indulge in, driver.
Nice.
Ready for the next objective? Good to go.
5 quilômetros. 6. Tá, vamos dirigindo para testar o carro.
I'm back.
Eu tô com música. Ah, tá. Área do festival. Ligou. Ah, tá. Coisa diferente, beleza. Cara. Parece bom, deixa eu ver. Ah, ele tem o número 15 aqui. Será que ele muda igual no alemão? Acho que é padrão. 15. Sei não. Vamos mexer nele. Ele é racing. Tá, eu acho que ele... Aqui outro carro novo também vai ser racing. Não é um problema. Mas fica melhorzinho. Ele parece bom. Tentando estabilizar ele aqui. A gente tá indo pra pista de teste? Pista de teste não pista de corrida? Isso. Ai. Aí nós vamos ter que fazer uma... Arrebentei a porta. Vamos ter que fazer uma Grand Race com esse carro aqui pra testar. Ele parece ser bom. Vai fazer a playlist, a Summit depois vai dar um norte pra nós. Não tem lugar certo? Tem. Galera aqui correndo. Calma, agora que eu percebi, ele me jogou pra playlist errada, tá bom. Então tá, a gente só testou o carro à toa. Onde que tá BMW? Aqui, mano, ele mudou, tá. Vamos correndo lá ainda. Vou aproveitar e testar, mas a gente já testa aqui na pista mesmo.
Sorry, you haven't heard of Bayerischer Motor and Werke? I guess you know it in English as Bavarian Motorworks. Still nothing? Maybe you call it BMW for short.
BMW.
Ah, there you go. I knew that would ring a bell. BMW vehicles have all it takes to be iconic. With their sporty curves and breathtaking performance, they offer driving pleasure at every turn. And to offer BMW the tribute it deserves, Motorfest welcomes the spokesperson of BMW Group Classic. Let's meet him together.
Nossa, o jogo realmente tava mandando eu cortar o caminho ali. Nem vi. Tá gostoso de dirigir até aqui. Olha o caminho que ele tá mandando fazer. Caraca, esse GPS é bom, hein? Vou atualizar o Google Maps. E tem um tesouro aqui perto também. Vou pegar o tesouro e depois nós faz o negócio, vai. Vou desperdiçar essa chance. Pior que eu acho que é... Eu não lembro dessa área aqui. Ah, tem um vulcão aqui, né? Vulcão não, uma cratera aqui. Acho que deve estar lá dentro. Se não me engano, ou deve... Não, não é a cratera, eu tô confundindo a área, então deve estar aqui em cima. Certeza. Não tá. Legal. BMW. 19.000 XP. 3.000. Achava que dianteiro de alguma coisa. Pneu. Bom, já recuperei o dinheiro que eu gastei na Os bundles, eu acho. Agora vamos fazer a playlist. Não, o que eu tô fazendo aqui é propaganda enganosa. Vamos beber nada. Aí, errei o caminho. Agora sim.
Hello, my name is Mark.
Oi, Mark.
I'm the spokesperson of BMW Group Classic. If you buy a BMW, in my perspective, you want to drive. You want to feel the drive. You want to have a sheer driving machine.
Coisa linda, hein?
You feel it and you love it and you don't want to stop it because it's so cool. It's always on the edge, but you have to be able to handle it.
Three legendary letters. BMW. A playlist to discover what ultimate driving feels like.
Nossa, tudo em uma U e uma aqui no canto. Ou é duas aquilo lá? Eu não, acho que uma é só o ponto partido. Né? Tá. Ressalto, sua fuga. Viagem rápida que não importa mais. Mas...
Another activity awaits. I noticed you recently bought the BMW M Hybrid V8. That sports car certainly sets the tone for the first event. But that's not the first vehicle you're going to drive in this race.
Calma que eu preciso salvar a V8 aqui. Trocar o Ford. Dá pra personalizar alguma coisa? Ah, dá pra personalizar uma outra coisa. Tá bom. E aqui? Trocar a rodinha. Legal. Vou colocar bonequinho no painel, tá?
Motorfest and BMW have something else in mind. Something truly special.
É, mandando fazer o caminho aqui de novo.
Let's head to the Hanoma racetrack. You're about to discover one of the most legendary cars in BMW history. It's so famous that it literally earned a place in a museum.
Legal. Vamos ver qual que é. Infelizmente não tem drift nesse negócio aqui. Então vai ter que ficar sem drift por hoje. Deixa no 4.5 mesmo.
Talking about the most favorite car is very difficult because the heritage is so amazing. But if you ask me for my personal opinion, it should be a BMW 3.0 CSL. And it was the very first car, the BMW Motorsport GmbH, tuned for professional racing. Every facet is very interesting and amazing. It was, for example, the most successful touring car of the 1970s. Was the very first car to wear the famous M stripes. So this is the real starting point of the whole legacy of BMW M. This is such a great heritage and legacy.
Foda. Vamos começar com o monstro. Bora. Não tem desgaste do pneu.
Eyes up, stay focused, and put in the best possible performance. You've got to live up to this car's reputation. She's a legend, you know. Okay. It's probably something you hear quite a lot at Motorfest, I know, but you gotta believe me.
Os caras são rápidos, hein?
After BMW became popular in the 60s, their cars were more and more used by private motorsport teams, but they still didn't have their own racing division. So they started one in 1972. They called it BMW Motorsport, simply BMW M now. And that was their first car, the 3.0 CSL. And I mean, what a car! First off, she's absolutely stunning. Look at the iconic M colors on her body. Look at her shapes. Look at the perfection of her design. And more importantly, she's so light and powerful, she won 6 consecutive European Championship titles. Yeah. She's the most impressive of her times, and I can't believe how lucky you are to feel her in action on such a beautiful racetrack. Oh, and I'm Anna, by the way. Sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. I've been racing professionally for what, like 10 years now? More if you count the karting when I was a teen.
Acho que esse carro é de corrida, então. Categoria Racing, né?
As you may have guessed, I have a soft spot for BMW. That's why I've been asked to host this playlist. I've never raced for them officially, though. But life's long, so who knows?
Eita, trocamos.
And here we go. I bet you didn't expect to ride a motorcycle for the second lap, did you?
No.
But actually, bikes are a really important part of BMW history.
Eu só odeio moto
Did
nesse
you know
jogo.
the first ground vehicle they ever built was actually a motorcycle? It was in 1923. Yeah, I know I sound nerdy right now.
Legal, o primeiro terrestre foi uma moto. Poderia ter feito os aviões da Segunda Guerra.
The one you're riding is the S1000RR. It's what we call a superbike. Superbikes are extremely powerful, technologically advanced motorcycles that are relatively light for the speed they can reach. They're designed for both track and road use. And yours is the 2015 edition of the S1000RR. It's still pretty great, as you can see for yourself. But since then, they've released many more powerful editions.
Essa aqui eles usam na corrida? MotoGP? Nunca parei pra reparar nas motos de MotoGP. Só não sei de chamar esse jogo. Agora vamos de M Hybrid.
Finally, the BMW M Hybrid V8. What a beast. Released in 2023, this car has been built for endurance races, such as the 24 Hours of Le Mans, my area of expertise.
Lindo demais esse carro. Os meus elementos favoritos. Alemão Hypercar. Man Hybrid, né? Sei lá. Muito nome.
An endurance car has to strike the right balance between performance and stability. They must go as fast as possible and yet be able to hold up over time. And the same goes for you. If you're the racer inside the car, you must stay at the top of your game for a very long time, while constantly making strategic choices. But today we're only doing a short race, so never mind that. Just focus on being the best. The hybrid V8 will do the rest.
E só fato aí chama Corrida Endurance, fica 24 horas aqui. 24 horas de live.
And that's it for the first glimpse into BMW's history. A real time travel.
Legal. Beleza, tá mexendo no negócio aqui. Já recuperei um dos bandos que eu comprei. Vamos lá. Agora 12 km é foda, hein? Deixa eu conferir o negócio. Ah, tá. Tá certo. Vai que, né? Eu mexi uns negócios aqui, vai que eu fiz tudo errado aqui. Beleza.
The BMW 3 Series is the core product of the BMW AG. It's all we are talking about. And the BMW M3 E30 is the peak development of this whole series. If you talk about the sport evolution, it's a very special car. It was much more lighter than
No
the
cara é
normal
Mark Cheeseburger.
BMW M3. It has more horsepower. And it was only available in 2 colors. So these are all aspects which make the car very special.
Bonitão também. Ô, Roberto.
Now with the M3, we're touching on an important part of BMW's history. The 3 Series, the face of the brand.
É, o M3 é foda em todas as categorias.
Since the early 70s, BMW has been dividing its models into 8 different series. The 3 is without question the most popular of them all. The one you're driving is the E30. It's the second in this prestigious line, and an instant hit in 1982. Not just for car enthusiasts, no, but for the mass market as well. They sold over 2 million. That's huge, especially since they weren't cheap. But this car deserved it. She truly did. For sure, it was the most powerful sedan available at the time. So, when BMW Motorsport needed to put a new car on the track, it was obvious they would create one based on the E30 and make it even better. And that's how we got the first M3 ever.
Entendi. Legal.
We spoke earlier of the success of the 3.0 CSL, but it was nothing compared to what this car achieved. She's simply the most successful touring car in motorsport history. She has more than 1,400 victories. yeah, I
Caralho,
promise you.
1.400 vitórias.
She won
Nem
everything.
fodendo.
Rallying, endurance racing, but also BMW's most beloved tournaments. The
DTM,
DTM,
foda.
the German Touring Car Championship. The funny story is that BMW had to build 5,000 street legal cars and sell them to the public just so they could compete. And they did it. But they were skeptical at first because they thought it would never sell. Of course, they were wrong. They've sold 3 times more than expected. Whatever the model, the E30 has left its mark on a generation. She's loved by underground communities for tuning or for drifting, but you can even see her on album covers and rap videos. She's a cultural phenomenon. Wonderful to see this car taking over the roads of Maui.
Bonito demais. $8.000 acho que é o padrão, né? De sempre. 28.000. Próxima. Tá aqui perto. Opa, outro.
It's time to continue our journey into BMW's history.
Pra cá. Aqui. Nossa, não tá enxergando, tá? Boa. Nível 1 já foi.
This time we're going for a BMW Z. Do you know what the Z stands for? It means Zukunft, future in German.
Zukunft.
I guess it's
Tá bom.
BMW's way of promising they'll always keep innovation and experimentation in sight.
Zukunft. Tá. Tudo. A Porsche.
Here we are. No special words from Mark, but don't worry. Anna has a lot to say about this car.
Tá, eu não gosto desse carro aqui não. Um dos poucos BMW que eu não gosto. Nossa, eu lembro no Gran Turismo tinha um outro BMW Z aqui. Você tem que fazer a prova de direção com ele. Não sei se era o Z4. Era o Z3? Existe Z3?
For a few moments, let's put aside vehicles designed for extreme racing and enjoy just driving for the pleasure of driving. Well, I mean, you still have an aggressive opponent in this race, of course. Where's the fun without one? BMW Z models are what we call roadsters. 2-seaters made for relaxing behind the wheel, appreciating the scenery and the thrill of speed. And look at that. We just have the perfect spot and the perfect weather to enjoy this ride. The only thing you're missing is the wind in your hair. But you are driving a coupe cabriolet, so I guess you could theoretically enjoy the open air if you wanted to.
Eu consigo abrir a capota nesse jogo?
Your car is the Z4E89, a very cool model for two major reasons.
Acho que não, né?
Number one is the very first BMW to have been designed by two women, Juliana Blasi for the exterior and Nadia Arnaut for the interior. They wanted to break the classic
Mulher esse
image
carro?
with a
Caralho, que
car
foda.
inspired by the human body, athletic and beautiful, designed for all driving enthusiasts. And number two, the E89
Ai, ai.
has indeed been adapted into a real racing car, the famous, beautiful, and successful Z4 GT3. That's an obvious part of my passion for this car.
Let's go, perder.
I own the car you're driving. And did I forget to tell you that? I know what you're thinking. It's not as
No,
sporty as
not
the
much.
others. And that's true. But on weekends, where I'm far away from the races, it's the perfect car for open roads. The creators described her as an expression of freedom. Would you say the same?
There you go. Alright.
The next event is going to be really different from the previous ones.
Motocross. Que merda. Tá parecendo tanto tesouro assim. Caramba. Aqui, né? Aí, passei do ponto. Vamos pegar o tesouro agora no começo do mês pra ganhar os pontinhos de exploração. Eu nem vi qual que é o que nós vai ganhar.
Motorfest really wanted to show how diverse and surprising BMW can be. I won't say more, except that you'll have to go to the top of the mountain to see the starting grid. And you'll see, the beginning of this race is going to be memorable.
Beleza. Aí, desafio concluído. Bom, já foi os 5 desafios também. 60.000 XP. Aí, é Rally Rage, né? Ainda é ruim, como assim? Não gosto de dirigir moto esse jogo. Ó, sei fazer manobra ainda. Legal.
That's what I call a jump. I'm glad you survived that one.
Eita, o músico pulou. Ai. Olha pra frente, né, porra? Aí é foda. Agora pulou 2.
Hold on tight. The descent ahead is more dangerous than it looks.
Parece não. Eu inventei de fazer manobra antes de chegar lá. Agora vai. E...
Awesome! It's for these unique moments that we all like to go off-roading from time to time. I gotta admit, it's not where I'm at my best, but I really wanted to get off the beaten track at least once during this playlist. BMW and off-roading have a strong history. They were famous in the Dakar Rally in the 80s, and they've been building bikes designed for the wilderness ever
Ah,
since.
pior que eu nunca vi BMW correr de rally.
It's an R1200 GS.
Não lembro agora.
BMW,
Acho que no Dakar talvez eu já tenha visto.
is a bike made for adventure.
Mas as motos são tudo igual no Dakar, então não sei.
And adventures, they can happen anywhere, you know? On the edge of the unknown or just down the street from your house. So they need to be prepared for every occasion. They're built for both city riders and budding explorers. Well, to be fair, this one's being prepped by Motorfest, so it's a little more suited for the extreme conditions
Ai,
than the ones you
calma,
can find
não
in
vai
the
dar certo isso aqui.
But you see what I mean.
Acomodei a moto nesse jogo. Eu fui meio torto na rampa, não sei porquê. Vambora. Já contou a checkpoint. Sempre teve esse checkpoint assim, com em vez das fitinhas. Bem no final, boa. Esse arco, eu achei que era só a chegada que tinha esse arco.
You're not doing too bad.
Beleza. Legal, novo nível. Tá bom. 8 quilômetros não. Nem que era só reta, né, mãe? Não, vamos fazer aqui. Let's travel.
Our next race will be once again focused on BMW M vehicles. Speaking of which, do you know where the famous M colors come from? That combination of blue, purple and red?
Roxo. Tem roxo?
Look at that lineup. We're up against BMW's finest, a collection of some of the latest M models. See that white car? That's an M8, a 625 horsepower monster made for everyday use. And the dark gray one over there? An M5 CS. We'll talk about her later, but let's just say that this series has been producing missiles since the 70s and is not about to stop. The other ones are M2s and M4s. They come from series born in 2013 and 2014.
Uhum.
Racing them is gonna be tough. The road is narrow, with a lot of sharp bends and not many places to accelerate.
Até que é bom depois você acertar o gutter.
You have to use the occasional straights with guts and confidence. Clearly my kind of track. To give you a fair chance of winning, we put you behind the wheel of the fastest production car BMW has ever made, the M4 CSL. Yeah, you heard me, a CSL. BMW only made 3 of these in 50 years. The first one was the 3.0 you drove earlier, and this is the third.
There you
To
go.
make it even more prestigious, you can even notice a special emblem on her body celebrating BMW M's 50th anniversary. So the real question is, does she live up to the CSL legacy? Well, she hits 200 kilometers per hour in only 10 seconds and holds the BMW record on the famous Nürburgring circuit. What more is there to say? You better win with a car like that.
Legal, tudo que eu tinha o recorde Nürburgring da BMW, no caso. Interessante. É um carrinho foda, além de ser bonito. Eu curto muito esse farol meio detalhe amarelo e azul, sei lá. O carro no geral é bonito.
CSL, competition, sport, and lightweight. I hope you felt that DNA at every turn.
Ele competitivo, esportivo e leve CSL. Padrão 28.000. Tá. Voltamos.
Wonderful race driver. Now let's head to Maui's volcano for the next event.
Vulcão. Ah, tá, acho que não vai correr só não. Tem a pista aqui também, né? Stellar Edition, ou não, é o padrão de 8 Roadster. Não é o novo Stellar Edition.
Okay, be careful. This outrun requires your utmost concentration. One mistake or two, and you're sure to lose. Stay sharp.
Esse carro parece dirigir bem pra caramba.
I won't distract you too much, but I still gotta talk about that spaceship you're driving. Yeah, I'm sorry to call it that, but I'm sure you were thinking the same thing. And hey, I don't mean it in a bad way. I love the way she looks. The BMW i8 is a car that stands out from the crowds. It's actually hard to believe she's indeed a production car and not just a concept. Like, it's crazy how futuristic she looks, even though she was revealed more than 10 years ago.
10 anos já.
The contrast of her colors highlights all her curves. And there's something about the way she's shaped that makes her intriguing and elegant at the same time. I'm glad the sun hasn't fully risen yet, because I find her even more beautiful at night. Those U-shaped taillights give her so much personality. might be wondering what's the story behind that call. Well, it all goes back to the early 2010s when BMW I was created to develop a range of electric and hybrid vehicles within the brand. Only 2 models came out of it, the compact i3 and the i8, the sports car you're driving.
Os caras prestaram atenção e viram que não compensa de carro elétrico. Eram só 2 modelos.
There were never any others because they updated their strategy. Rather than creating a separate lineup, they now implement their technologies into their main series. A smart move, I guess. But I would have loved to see more cars like this one.
Faz sentido mesmo. Agora tô curioso pra ver qual que é esse i3. Eu não lembro agora o design desse i3. É da Intel, né?
Congrats! I knew the clock wouldn't outrun you.
Sei lá, esse carro é bonito de frente, mas... não é... não é pra mim, não.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm afraid we're heading towards the last event of this playlist.
O último?
Yes, I know. Already.
Ô louco.
But we're not gonna say goodbye without one last hooray.
Sacanagem. Tentou errar no sequência. Eu tô resolvendo pendências aqui da minha vida real. Ai.
At this final race, you'll be driving not one, but 3 of BMW's finest vehicles.
3 melhores.
And I hope you've got some time to spare, because this isn't going to be a short trip.
Ah, legal. Vou ficar um tempinho aqui. Cheguei. Quais serão os melhores 3 carros?
BMW M is a sort of brand shaper for the whole BMW AG, because the image and the reputation BMW M has created is always related to sportiness and to peak performance. One of the hugest separations between maybe other manufacturers is the fact that a BMW is always sporty. The customer expects a sort of sportiness. He wants to drive it, he wants to feel the passion behind the wheel. And this is BMW.
Esses são os 3? 3 melhores, será? 5 CS, eu acho que na real foi os 3 últimos vídeos there na...
The weather is perfect for
Quer
going
dizer,
on a
no jogo,
long
né?
road trip. We're putting 3 BMW MCS to the test over very long distances, and it's your job to drive them one after the other.
Tá.
You remember what CS means? It's competition sport, the sportiest editions of BMW M. As you can see, we didn't even bother to close the roads, so you'll have to deal with the traffic. But you have no trouble dodging it, right?
Foi preguiça de fechar as ruas, pô. Os caras foram ruins hoje, hein? Qual que é a minha distância dos outros? Três segundos. Achei que tava maior, tá? Ai! É. Não vamos botar numa corrida super longa e não vai ficar em silêncio, né? Então é isso.
That wasn't an easy start, but you managed it like a pro.
Obrigado.
You've probably recognized the car you're driving. It's the M5 F90 CS, the one you went up against a bit earlier. The 5 Series is the oldest in the history of BMW. Not the oldest car, of course, but the first series they launched when they started this classification in the 70s. It's just crazy how much power there is in a car like that. She weighs almost 2 tons, and she's over 5 meters long. And in spite of that, she has 635 horsepower and can reach 100 kilometers per hour in only 3 seconds.
Caralho.
For a sedan? Wow. Like, imagine taking your kids to school with this. The temptation to step on the gas is way too strong. She might be too dangerous for your own good. However, her design is, well, let's just say it's not my favorite, but I see why people love it. It's just not sporty enough for my taste. But I must admit, I love the golden bronze color they added to the rims and front grille. That's your signature. It's so cool.
Legal mesmo. Opa. E aí? Ok.
And now we have an M3 G80 CS from 2023.
Puta.
We've come a long way since the E30. Don't you think it looks a lot like the M4 CSL? On the front end, mostly. Well, that's normal. Actually, the 3 and 4 series share the same engine and chassis base. Before 2014, the 3 Series models were released in a large number of variations. Like too many variations. So ultimately, they decided to make things clearer. On the one side, there's the 3 Series with sedans and estate cars, and on the other, the 4 Series with coupes and cabriolets. And that's the main difference between the two.
Entendi. Legal.
What do you think about her design? Personally, I love how aggressive she looks. The size of the double kidney grille divides BMW fans, but I think it gives her so much character.
Legal, eu gosto. Não sei, talvez um verde foi demais. Mas eu gosto. Ai. Perdi. Eu gostei desse, como é que diz esse carro, só tem que treinar um pouquinho mais. Esse é o M5, 3, 3S, esqueci já o nome do carro. Tô enxergando ali na costa dele. Vai ser 16 minutos de corrida, mano. Cara, curtiram a playlist aqui. Mais ou menos, né? Ela foi curta, mas vou aproveitar da primeira e na última corrida.
And finally, the icing on the cake. The brand new M2 G87 CS from 2025.
É bem agressivo, né?
You can try her here exclusively for the first time. BMW are so proud of her that they regard her as part of the BMW 2002 Turbo Heritage, and now it's one of the most beloved cars of the 70s.
Os carros dele bem
Does she
rapidinho.
deserve this honorific comparison? I'll let you drive her for a bit, before giving my opinion.
Gostei disso aqui. Essa aqui é outra versão ou é o que já a gente já tinha pego no Summit não, na atualização. Preciso investir mais esse carro.